Bashers. It is February 18th. It is Wednesday. When we were Wednesdays. When we were Wednesdays. Gotta come up with a When We Were Wednesdays theme song. It needs to be something like Have You Never Been Mellow by Olivia Newton-John. That's a great song. You know, I had this conversation with my dear friend Giselle, who's an incredible singer in her own right. She's very opinionated, and we agree on a lot of things. We agree on Kate, we agree on Peter Gabriel, Katie Lang, Rufus Wainwright, a lot of the singers that we absolutely love and move us, you know. 'Cause I don't really care about music unless I'm moved by it. It's got to move me, and I mean that in the spiritual sense. I have to feel it viscerally. You know, just like I don't like to rock out, even though I'm a rock guy. I've just kind of never been that kind of rock and roll, girls and cars, and grab your beers and grab your cars. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that can be fun too. I have like a table filled with mice. I have my mouse. I have my mouse for my other one. I have a backup mouse because my battery died and I had to charge it because everything's chargeable now. How annoying is that? That the whole world is, you have to charge everything on this planet. I just, you know what? I just want to buy a pack of batteries and ruin the planet. I'm sorry, but it's just getting so ridiculous where everything is charged up. But anyway, I was talking to Giselle not long ago. I think it was when Olivia passed away. God rest her soul. She's a flawless vocalist. I mean, absolute monster singer who maybe because Please Mr. Please and you know, I got chills in Greece. I don't know what it is that, you know, like it's like Karen Carpenter suffered the same. We agree on Karen Carpenter. Everyone agrees on Karen Carpenter, but not everyone used to. Because Karen Carpenter was considered easy listening and they were corny and it was milk toast and all of those things until people woke the fuck up and realized, oh, wait a second, she's like one of the greatest singers that has ever lived on this planet. And she is. I feel the same way about Olivia, and she just doesn't get Olivia Newton-John. I'm like, you got to listen to Have You Never Been Mellow or some of her great early stuff. The vocals are just sublime. Such a great singer. Tangent. Click it. Tangent. Anyway, Dave Fahrenheit, fall 51. He's the bachelor of the day. Holy crap. We can rebuild you. We can make you better, stronger, faster. Dun, 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 dun. Steve Austin, astronaut, a man barely alive. We can rebuild him. We can make him better, stronger, faster. Were you watching The $6 Million Man, Ray? I bet you were. Dino says, the year of the snake has passed, and it's the year of the fire horse. Year of the Dragon was 2012. Well, that is when the dragon unleashed her full wrath on me. So what is it? The fire horse? I don't know what that means, but Dirk definitely not a fan of dragons. Not a fan of dragons at all. I don't like Game of Thrones or any of that stuff, but I certainly don't like that kind of dragon. And man, she's a dragon. Not a fan. I don't know what the fire horse is. But it's very interesting how those holidays are all about wealth and prosperity. It's fascinating to me. How about be nice to people? Try that one. Upvoted. Happy Wednesday. The cats are back. The cats are back in the biggest way ever. Listen, I had to get up at 10 to 5 this morning. Paul had his, procedure that most men over 50 get. It's a thing, a test you have to have done. It involves a camera and went very, very well. And we were up super duper early, so I was in a hospital environment for the entirety of the morning. And just looking around and seeing everybody in their scrubs. And then I was like, you know what? I never capitalized on I've done so many themes for the show, for the thumbnails. You name it. I've done cats in space all the time, every Tuesday. Cats racing, cats in mission control, cats who are criminals, cowboy cats. I was like, I never did like doctor cats and nurse cats and the heroes of the world. And especially when I had my appendectomy, the last thing I remember is laying on the cold steel table. He said, "It's going to be cold," and then everybody just going like this. And he introduced everybody, and he said he put on the Franz Liszt, and I remembered everybody looking at me. So that's what the inspiration was for that. I didn't see any of that crap today, but it inspired me for just everyday life. Everyday life should be your inspiration. Don't look to books, of course, and music and all those things. Art is very inspirational, but you can find inspiration in everyday things. Could be like coming upon an old style soda shop, which I don't know that. I think it's a truly American construct. But when I was a kid, we used to have these soda fountains, and what they were was like confectioner stores, places where you'd go for an ice cream, but you'd also go there for a root beer or an egg cream. And I don't know if you know what an egg cream is. All my friends over on the other side of the pond, but it's an absolutely delicious thing. And it is a big giant like pint glass, and you put like vanilla or chocolate syrup in it, and then they put some milk in it, and then some seltzer, and then they stir it up, and it's a delicious thing, and it gets all foamy, and it's delicious. And those things have disappeared now. That most of those fountains are before my time, but I caught the tail end of them. We had like Jan's and a couple of chains, Hildebrands. And they were lovely because after church on Sunday or whatever you would do as a family, you'd oftentimes go to a soda fountain. And they had them at a store called Woolworths, which I know the UK has Woolworths, but it's not the same as the one that was here. Maybe it's the same company, but the American one was a big giant soda fountain and apparel and other things, but really, really crazy fun stuff. Andrew's coming in hard. Congratulations, Dave Fahrenheit 451. I'm working. Oh, boo. And we'll watch tonight. Stay safe and warm, everyone, and subscribe and upvote. Mwah. Thank you so much, Andrew. As always, we start out with your gong. And JoJo with for Steve Austin, a man barely alive. Did you ever notice, Joe, that while you're watching the show, like they switched Rudy's? Rudy was the surgeon, the brains behind bionics, and Dr. Rudy Wells. And they switched it. Originally, it was Martin Balsam, very famous. I think he's an Academy Award-winning actor. Don't quote me on that, but I think he might very well be. And they switched him out for another guy named Martin. Crap, I don't remember his name. If anybody knows, crap, what was the name of the actor that did the entirety of the series? I think the pilot, and maybe a couple of episodes on the first one, but it was amazing stuff. Thank you, JoJo. JoJo coming in hard again for soda shops, egg creams, and root beer floats. So there's still a place. There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us. And it's called Eddie's Sweet Shop in New York City, in Forest Hills on Metropolitan Avenue. And I want to say, am I gonna get it's not on Ascan Avenue, it's one block over. But it's a 150-year-old soda shop. And you go in there and they make their own ice cream, and you can get sodas, egg creams, root beer floats, all those things. And it's now kind of kitschy, I guess, because it's not an everyday thing. So now a soda shop, something that was so de rigueur back in the day, something that was so average and so regular, and they were on in every main street USA. Of course, Europe has other wonderful amenities that are completely different from that, but that was pure Americana, when it was a beautiful thing. But yeah, Eddie's Sweet Shop. JoJo, have you ever been there? I'm very curious. You probably have been. It's quite likely. Where am I? Kevin Landon's here. Upvote number 4 today. Please upvote if you can. I'm wearing my weekender. I'm wearing my first weekender that I ever got from the incomparable Melly C and NDM, my Charlie Brown, which I love a lot. I wear it quite often, so much that I have to wash the strap because it's yeller. Because it's yeller. We'll catch the replay after work. You work too hard. Best wishes to Dirk and all the bashers. Thank you. Mwah. Incomparable Kevin Landon. We love you, man. Thank you for being a big part of our show. Really big shoe. Mr. Brooker, well done, Dave. Evening all. We'll tune in later on the replay. Have a great show. Have a great show, says Nick Brooker. Drooby doo. Here is my rant. Men do not wear diamonds. Men use diamond cutters. Well, men buy diamonds because diamonds are a girl's best friend. I am not a jewelry person. I have zero adornments other than a watch. I just have never been into I think when I was rocking and rolling, rocking in a river, I hate that song. It's the worst, hands down the worst Beach Boys song is Barbara Ann. Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Ugh, I hate that song. My friend Joe Scala used to make me these necklaces as tokens for a great show when my band was playing out live for years. And he always used to present me with a gift, and they're beautiful. And I have them. They're actually hanging from a shelf. And they're beautiful, and they're sterling silver. And I just don't wear jewelry. I'm just not a jewelry kind of guy. I never was. I don't have any now. I wore a Celtic cross when I was young, and I don't anymore. But I don't know. It's just not my thing, other than watches. But yeah, I get you. You know, appendix, says Renaissance. Sir Julian, voted. Mark and Bronson, well done, David number one. It's the David number one. Poor Mork and Mindy. I hope they have earplugs. Thank God for the mute button. She's the only one that hated the song. I'll do a Montavani version. Do you hate Montavani, Julian? I love Montavani. You know, all the stuff that I mentioned earlier, Karen Carpenter, things that were considered cheesy. Uh like like disco sucks. Remember that? That was a big thing here. It's a very American show today. I don't know if disco really hits the European continents. They had like Giorgio Moroder and that kind of stuff. Donna Summer got started in Germany. But like when I was a dumb rockhead, I was like, disco sucks, man. And you listen to disco now, it's some of the greatest string arrangements, amazing songs. Giorgio Moroder, among so many other people, Lolo. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Dirk, arrogant advice from a friend often stems from their own insecurities. Well, we know this, a high ego or a misguided desire to feel superior. Well, you know what that's called? Narcissist, rather than a genuine effort to help. Now, I currently deal with two people who are narcissists. And they don't know it because how could they? Because they're narcissists and it's a disorder. They feign interest to turn it back around to themselves, and they constantly need high praise. I mean, I had a conversation the other day with one said narcissist, and they were talking about, you know, not having enough feedback. And I said, feedback for what? Because they don't really do anything. And they looked aghast at me. Like, what do you mean anything? I said, well, what exactly do you need feedback on? Did you write poetry, or are you working on a film, or did you build a birdhouse, or what is the necessity for feedback? Feedback is usually a constructive criticism or a compliment. Why would somebody need feedback when they don't do anything? And it was, I mean, they just shut down completely because they didn't understand what that meant. Because they're a narcissist, and narcissists don't know that they're narcissists, and that's a problem. You know, I mean, ego is one thing. I mean, I've been in the band. I know the dangers of reefer. Does anybody know what movie that's from? Die Mommy Die, hilarious movie, Charles Bush. Hilarious. ego is one thing. It's okay. It's actually good to have a healthy ego. But what's healthier is when you know how to make fun of yourself. And that's something that narcissists can't do, don't have those tools. They just don't have that tool set. Criticism is just absolutely forbidden. It's absolutely forbidden to criticize them in any way. It has to be all high praise. And, they have enemy lists and, stuff like that. One is a woman and the other one is a much, much older gentleman. And there's hope. I don't know if there's hope for her because she's a little bit younger than me. And he's, a generation ahead of me. There's no hope for him because that's been his whole life. But for her, I mean, I don't know if there's any hope for narcissism. I don't know if there's any way to rehabilitate somebody who suffers from severe narcissism. I don't think so. I think it's a disorder. It's a brain disorder, and it sucks. Definitely sucks. Dirk, be wary of danger, especially treachery from those close to you. Oh, you think Hasheen's being treacherous? He's not. Nah. Don't you worry about a thing there, dear Renaissance. We're great. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. You can't ever do that. You can't ever close your eyes. You got to keep your eyes open. Like I said, find inspiration in everyday things. I mean, you cannot believe how everyday things can be so inspirational to you if you just open up your eyes. That's all that's necessary. So many people are so closed off. Narcissists are always thinking about, what have you done for me lately? Do not wrestle with a pig. You get both dirty and the pig likes it. I hate being dirty. Absolutely. There's nothing worse than not feeling fresh and clean. That's why I think the whole world should have bidets. How does now listen, this is just, how do I put this? This doesn't offend anyone. Americans have generally had, as far as I've traveled all over the world, I think Americans are very clean people. It's a lot of showering going on. There's a lot of soap. It's just kind of always the way it's been. I've traveled to certain countries who shall remain nameless that don't have the best, shall we say, personal deportment, especially when you're on one of their subway systems and you almost pass out. Dana and I remember that well. I literally almost passed out from somebody's BO. But I think that I just can never understand why Americans never took to the bidet. I think it's like the greatest thing ever invented. You want to feel fresh? I mean, it's insane. Is that too personal? That's a little too much, right? I just think the idea of doing your business and using paper to clean up is just grotesque. And it's definitely not enough. Not enough. Greetings and salutations on a roll. Dave Fahrenheit, he is indeed Paddle Power. Coming back for you. Paddle Power. I'm here for a live and not a recorded live. Whoop, whoop. Hope everyone is well, unlike the thumbnail. You don't know. They're in recovery and they're doing quite well. Who knows who is on the table? No one knows. Glen Parker is the place to be. But the sad truth is that without a time machine, we may never really know what our ancestors were communicating with their signs. I mean, question about a time machine, because I fantasize about time machines all the time. Would you go to the future or would you go to the past? I would not go to the future because I don't want to know, but I would love to visit the past. And I have a couple of places I'd like to see. The first thing I would do is I would go to 1957 and buy all the CK2 915s that were for sale for $75 and bring them home. I mean, that's the silly goose in me, but I would love to visit. Geez, where would I like to go? I'd like to see ancient Rome. I would like to go to the 1950s most of all. And I know it wasn't a great era for everyone, but I want to go when ladies wore hats and gloves and gentlemen wore hats and beautiful suits from Botany 500. And I want to go to where people were a little bit, well, they weren't that civilized because they treated people badly, people who were unlike themselves. There's that part, which is really terrible. But isn't that what the evolution of man is for? To realize that when we were all savages. How many times have I said that on this show? We were all savages. You know, all the explorers, the Columbuses and the Vasco da Gamas and all those guys. They went and like mines, like Finding Nemo. Mine. You know, people live here. You can't have that. It wasn't like that then. People, the Crusades. You don't believe in Jesus. Unbelievable. Dirk signaling that a significant, long awaited, or urgent moment for action or change has arrived. My comfort zone is being compromised. What are you talking about? Dirk signaling that a significant, long awaited, or urgent moment for action or change has arrived. My comfort zone is being. What happened? What happened, Julian? I don't remember me signaling some revolution. It's not really in my nature. I am not a revolutionary. I'm not a bandwagoner either. I'm just a guy of very simple principles, and my principles are simply to treat people kindly. You know, the way Jesus might have. Not like the other people, Jesus people. Franco Fiore, please upvote. Grazie mille, signore. Thank you so much. And I want to know more, Franco Fiore. You're so mysterioso. So mysterious. The eye is the lamp of the body. So then, if your eye is clear, your whole body will be full of light. Gallery, the sands are running out. It reminds me of that scene from The Wizard of Oz where she goes, "This is how much time you have left." She flips the thing over and Dorothy freaks out. She sees Auntie M in the apparition. I mean, think about that movie. It was shot in 1938, released in 39. Why does that movie look better than most movies that are shot now? Because it was so incredibly creative and wonderful, and the acting was so sublime, and the direction. You know, 3 directors on that film, technically 4. I think it started out. Oh God, I'm never going to remember that guy's name. So sad. So my apologies, but George Cukor was fired. King Vidor shot a couple of things, and then Fleming was given. Victor Fleming was given the directorial credit, who also directed Gone with the Wind. Da, 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 da. Residents of the New York City area will also know that as the sound of the $1 Million Movie. Melly C is here. Eminem madness, smoking into madness. Eminem madness, yeah. Everyone else liked it. I will come up with an alternative version for that. For Julian. Something sublime and classical. Something fun. Because I'm here to please everybody. I'm a people pleaser. I always have been. I don't cook for myself. I cook for others. Well done, Dave Fahrenheit 51. Evening, friends. It's Jojo, the Handsome Joe. Handsome Joe. Handsome Joe. Melly C is here. Zadadoo. Zadadoo. It was directed by Gene Kelly. Unbelievable. Blinky says Asians love money, money above all. I mean, is that true of the? No, it can't be the whole thing. I know that the Chinese culture is crazy about money, but there's Buddhism, which is incredible and kind, and Taoism. There's a lot of super groovy religions, like Nepal. Technically, they're Asian, right? I mean, I know you live in Vietnam, so you have more experience on the thing. I just have dragons. Hey, George McGuire, upvote. Hey, thanks, George McGuire. How are you, buddy? Welcome to the show. In Oz, we used to have the local milk bar. What happens in a milk bar, Melly C? What is a milk bar? I'm not exactly sure what that means. A milk bar. Dino says egg cream, so he likes egg cream. Now, I know that might mean something else, like the Cadbury cream eggs. It could confuse people, I guess. Probably 3 different Rudies. Oh, is there 3? Shit, there was 3. Oh man, trying to remember. I gotta look this up now. Hold on, Rudy Wells, U.D. Wells. Let's see, Rudy Wells, Martin E. Brooks. That was the guy. Let's see. In the television journalistic from 75 onward, he was briefly. Oh, you are so right. He was Martin Balsam first, then Alan Oppenheimer. Jojo, you slay me. Alan Oppenheimer, that's right. Who didn't really fit the bill at all, right? And Martin Balsam. The Martins I get, totally. So smart. You've never been to Eddie's, but you've heard of it, right? Up in Forest Hills Gardens. It's right next to the Cinemarsh Theater. Great place. Really, really super great place. It's been reported that actor Peter Green has accidentally shot himself in the armpit and died. Really? Let's see. When I think of Peter Green, I think of somebody else. Oh, that Peter Green. Oh, shit. Oh, he died in December. Oh boy. Oh, he's from Pulp Fiction, this guy. Okay. When I think of Peter Green, I think of the Green Manalishi from Fleetwood Mac and the guy that had that guitar that everybody in the world wants. Now owned by Kirk Hammett of Metallica, but it was owned by Gary Moore for many, many years. This gentleman. Oh, sure. Mask, Pulp Fiction, Blue Streak. I don't know much else. Yeah, I was thinking of this guy. That Peter Green. Oh, yeah. It says it happened in December. Power. You can't criticize a narcissist. Their response is always, "Who are you to crit?" Right. Well, it's they're bad machines. You are bad machines. Bad machines. It is pointless. It is also, like I've discovered, it is pointless to correct somebody who suffers from, some form of cognitive problems too, because they have cognitive problems. So if you say, "Did you open this door?" or "Did you open?" there's no point. So you have to take the high road, and it's with a narcissist. You always have to take the high road because they can be dangerous. I would say 4 out of 5 serial killers are narcissists, right, of some kind. You had all the famous ones. They're all definitely suffering from narcissism. Of course they were. They're better. They're smarter. They're all Steve Austin. They're better, stronger, faster. They always think they're the smartest people in the room when they're generally not. Now, this guy that I know, oh, he's literally a fucking dum-dum. I mean, literally a dum-dum. He's the dumbest person in the room. But he uses words out of context and just thinks he's dazzling people when the buffoonery is so apparent. And and I hate to say this, he would take pity as a booby prize. And is there anything worse than to be pitied? I think it's a horrible thing. Horrible thing. A narcissist's favorite subject is themselves, usually thin-skinned, and they are always, 100,000,000%, Melly C. They're always the victim. I totally agree with you, Joe. Of course. Go for a Japanese toilet, heated seats, warm air drying, and automatic flushing lid opening. Oh, don't think I haven't looked at those. And by the way, everybody in Italy has a bidet, but they're very much into those fancy new Japanese toilets. Of course, the Japanese came up with that because they come up with so much stuff. I'll come with you to the 40s and the 50s, wouldn't you? I know you would love that, Jojo. Imagine us, couple of swells. A couple of swells. We could go to abroad. We could see the most happy fella. Imagine you could go to Basin Street East and go see Ella Fitzgerald. You could go do that, or see Peggy Lee. You could go to the Copa and see Sinatra. Imagine people. Paul Gloria. My parents were not really into music. My father used to have to entertain a lot of people for his job, take people, they'd be on certain trips and he'd have to show some people around and that kind of stuff. And He just didn't like to go out. He liked to hang out with his boys, and that's really because that was his solace, I guess. But Paul's Aunt Gloria, who is a unmarried woman, and she lived in Paris, but she saw everybody. She saw Ella Fitzgerald in Paris. She saw all the great singers, Sinatra. She saw them all. I mean, it's not the same as going to see Taylor Swift for $5,000, right? It's not the same. Can I make a little admission here? I'm a little obsessed with Jason Kelsey. He's got a YouTube channel, and this is a guy who's just so adorable. He's like a big hulk of a bear with a giant beard, and he's hilarious, and he's so charming. And I think that this guy's going to be the next big. You know how they turn these sports stars like The Rock, who's I don't get The Rock. It doesn't bother me. But he's like the biggest movie star in the world. I've never seen any of his movies. I saw The Other Guys, which was hilarious, but he was a bit player in that. Now he's this huge action hero, but they take these sports stars and turn them into like Schwarzenegger, but Arnold had his own thing. Jason Kelsey, I could see him because he does these little vignettes of movies. He's adorable, and his brother is engaged to Taylor Swift, currently engaged to Taylor Swift. I don't think that's going to probably. I would imagine she's a lot of work. I would imagine. And everything that she does, and that comes along with it. Dean, is it made by Casio the G Flush? Blakey says they love money, bro. Ask me how I know. Maybe privately. I don't want to. That's a delicate subject, which should be handled with diplomacy. Robin's bird. Where's Robin's bird? Did I miss Robin's bird? No, I would never. I would never do that. I would never do it. Hold on. Come on, chats. Blink. Oh, there it is. Hi. Oh, there it is. It was already up on the screen. Robin's bird, the beautiful Robin's bird. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome to the show. The ladies of the bash. It was right on top. It was right on top. Did you guys know that Brigitte Bard? Yes, we did. I definitely mentioned it on the show. What an and listen, people. I know that I heard that she politically was, everybody's crazy politically nowadays, and it's so boring. It's so boring, but you got to rally the people. She dedicated the entirety of her post career to animals. So I applaud her for that. And I don't really give a shit what people's, at this point in the game, what people's politics are, because I don't want to get into it anymore. Like, I know what needs to get done, and that's what needs to happen. But all these rants, that's why I don't engage in Facebook anymore. I don't care. Who cares? Yeah, she was incredible. An Aussie milk bar was where you could go to get your milkshakes, root beer floats. So it's the same. And burgers. Yes, you can get a burger at Eddie's Sweet Shop too. It's a great place to hang out after school or after church. Exactly. Oh, a milk bar. So we just called them soda shops. So yeah, a milk bar. Oh, that's cool. Ralph Lauren and his daughter, I don't even know what her name is. She opened up a place called Milk Bar, and they are like $10 candy bars because she's got Ralph Lauren money, and she's into candy. And I forget what the name of her place was, and I forget her name because who cares? I don't mind nepotism if you got talent. Liza's got talent, certain people, who fall off the genetic, the DNA tree have talent. But, I don't want to go into I'll get a Hershey bar or a Cadbury bar. I'm not going to go. I'm not buying a $10. And I did buy them once. We were doing a road trip, and it was me, my brother, my dad, my mom. We were on our way to my sister's house in Jersey. And look, road trip. So we stopped somewhere, and I saw them, and I didn't realize how much they were. I had no idea, because I'm a stupid dude. And I was just like, oh, look, I grabbed 3 of them, and I put them on the counter and just handed her my card. And I walked out. And then it was like $37 for 3 candy bars, whatever. That should have been $8. It was ridiculous. Let's go to the milk bar. So do they not have those anymore in Oz? That's a shame. Yeah, I mean, it's like the Great American Diner. Now, if you've never experienced a diner in America, They are going, man. And this is the reason why. Because immigration. How is it immigration, Dirk, you say? Because the entire, nearly the entire Greek diaspora came to the United States and they created the diner, the Great American Diner, which were festooned across the nation in every state, a roadside respite to stop and have a burger or a soup or a stew or a blue plate special. Oftentimes you could get an egg cream and, of course, coffee and, of course, cake and, of course, ice cream. And they were absolutely everywhere. And these hardworking, incredible Greek immigrants came to America and created little dynasties. And then, like my little mafiosi neighborhood, they put their kids through school, but they didn't just send them to school. They became doctors and lawyers and titans of industry. So these kids, especially the Greek American kids, didn't want to run daddy's greasy spoon. That's where the term greasy spoon comes from. They didn't want to run his diner anymore. So one by one, they start disappearing. Now, New York was a stronghold of them. There's still many in Jersey and Long Island, but not anywhere near. I would say probably a good 85% of the diners are gone. They used to look like gleaming train cars, with booth seating, and they'd have a jukebox right in the center. Sometimes they got fancy, sometimes they were greasy spoons. I still have a great one in my neighborhood called the Court Square Diner, and it is a great diner. They no longer do their own baking. Now, they were famous for their cakes and their cookies. A chocolate chip cookie from a diner was just one of the greatest experiences you could have. But they're all going, and it's a shame, replaced by fast food services, crap like Chipotle and Shake Shack. I don't get Shake Shack. Do you guys have that where you are? Shake Shack is super duper boring food for very high prices. And like I said, they have a vegetarian burger. Listen, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. I don't create havoc. I'll go to Peter Luger's with you and I'll be fine. But you go to a place like that and people get a burger, they get a regular burger with cheese and lettuce, tomato, onion, some kind of sauce, whatever on it. And then you say, "Oh, I'll have the veggie burger." You get this thing made out of beets on a whole wheat bun with sprouts and no sauce. I said I was a vegetarian. I didn't say I didn't like things that taste good. I want that burger that she's got with all the shit on it, but I want the veggie patty. I don't want sprouts. I don't want sprouts. And I don't want pickled beets. No thanks. Not my thing. Melly C saying hi to Robin's Bird. Thomas Burnett. Dirk, I take it you like watches with I do. I do. E.g. the CK2915. Yeah, sure. What is your opinion on the Universal Geneva 2021 7BA? Would you like a Breitling to make a reissue of that as perfect justice? Yes, I would. And let's pull that up. Hold on. Let me pull that up for each and every one of these wonderful individuals so you all know what he's talking about. That's the UG 20217 BA. Right. Yeah. Listen, I like what Breitling's up to, and I hope that they are smart with what they do with this. UG, come on, Universal Geneva. Do I have to write that? Yeah. Oh, I'm not getting the. Oh, there it is. Yeah, sure. Sure. Thanks, Thomas Burnett. Yeah, I'm a big fan. That's why I like the Aquaterra too. Because it's got a single one. Yeah, look at that. I do like broad arrowheads. I mean, I'm obsessed with. I don't have it on my wrist right now, but yeah, that's a pretty watch. It and if you did side eye, you might think it's Jaeger LeCoultre. Looks familiar too. The 22.7, yeah. 9,045 bucks. Listen, UG's been that's the pole router. UG has been on a kind of crazy trajectory for a couple of years now, and now that they're coming back in a major way with Breitling, I think it's only good. It's a good entry in there, but I'd like to see what the pricing is going to be, because I was told, or I have read, that it's going to be kind of their Infinity, their Lexus. That Breitling is going to price point that and position it as like their luxury brand. I don't think Breitling needs to do that to themselves, because they should be in the same company. The Rock was hilarious and Be Cool, the sequel. I didn't see that. Oh, I never saw the sequel to that. Yeah, he's funny. I mean, I just don't see him as a leading man, or like I would take John Cena over him. I mean, she's made a couple of. I'm not. She's an idiot. Fuck it. Let's just say that. Amy Schumer, when she did Trainwreck, John Cena was freaking hilarious in that movie. I was like, wow, it was a star turn. It was a total star turn. Joe LaFaro, yes, Be Cool was a funny movie. I have to watch that. I never saw the replay of the remake of that. That's the sequel, right? Never saw it. Great cast. Okay, very cool. Something to watch. Diners were great. Great cakes too. I mean, so my neighbor Pat, she used to work at the Court Square Diner, and she would, like, when at the end of the day, they would like take the cakes and they'd give them away. She'd always bring home like a big slice of chocolate cake or lemon cake. Ooh, their lemon cake. But they made great cookies, but they don't do their own baking. They farm it out now, which really sucks. It's like walking back into the 70s. I would do that too. The 50s, the 70s. I don't really have much interest in going back to a place where they didn't have antibiotics. So, I mean, I'm dying to see, what ancient Rome was like. But you got to be careful in those times, People were dead by the time they were 22. I mean, you don't want to go to Egypt, King Tut was an old man, the boy king. I don't really want to go back in time to a place where you could die from, consumption, which is tuberculosis. It's just too scary. Mr. Brooker, hi all, just tuning in and listening from the beginning. Happy hump day. Hey, Nick Brooker. Mr. Brooker. Watch Be Cool Joe. On your recommendation, I will. Did I tell you guys that I watched that movie the other night? Should I do a mini review? I think I might have mentioned it. Is this thing on, Is this thing on? Bradley Cooper directs. Yeah, don't watch it. It was so boring. It wasn't funny. There's a couple of funny things about it. Will Arnett, who, yeah, he's great, I guess. Amy Poehler's ex-husband. I guess he's good. And Laura Dern, who's always good. It just felt very tried to me. And Colin Smith from Mr. North, the singer from Mr. North, he was in it because he was doing some music in one of the scenes when they're at the Olive Tree on McDougal Street, which is a very famous place. Upstairs is music and great Middle Eastern food, like grape leaves and hummus and baba ganoush. I mean, really good. Like if you want like the best of the best in New York for like hummus and baba ganoush and all that stuff, it's definitely there. And downstairs is the Comedy Cellar, a world-class comedy place. World class. Everybody gets up on stage down there. It's the one with the little colored window behind you. You've seen everybody do stand up there. And there's one scene where this guy's going through a breakup in his marriage, and he goes into a place on McDougal Street. Why he's there, I don't know. And because I believe he lives in Connecticut or upstate. And he goes into this place, and they're like, cover charge unless you sign up for comedy. So he does, just to get in for free. And he's actually not funny. It's a very odd movie. I paid $20 for it because it wasn't rentable. So I technically own it, which means I'll give it to you all. If I own it, I can share it, right? Isn't that true? It was all right. I wanted it to be great because I like Bradley Cooper as a director. I mean, he did A Star Is Born, which was excellent. Maestro, which I thought was fabulous. And it didn't get the love that I thought it was going to get. I don't know what it was about that film that didn't resonate with people. I mean, it's this guy. The movie was about this guy. Bradley Cooper plays Leonard Bernstein, who is a hero of mine. I mean, an absolute monster of music. One of the greatest composers of the modern era. And an amazing teacher. Just go watch his concerts for children on YouTube, where he picks apart the Beatles. I mean, this is a very clever man who comes from the classical world, and JoJo knows all about that because his mom came from that world too. I did have the opportunity to meet Mr. Bernstein when I was very young. Um, just an absolute legend. And in the movie, I thought he did such a stupendous job, and yeah, it didn't do very well. I just makes me wonder, and it makes you wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Andy M. Good evening. Wishing you and yours only good things. Oh my God. It's the Only Good Things guy live on the show. Welcome to the show. Great to have you, Andy M. Amazing. Amazing. There he is, live and in person. Great to have you. Welcome, Andy. Everybody's so happy. Weird stuff going on with my phone. You know how I fixed my phone? I got a brand new iPhone 17 Pro. You guys know all about that. It was acting stupid. I turned off Apple Intelligence because it's Apple stupidity. There's nothing good about it. And before you start throwing around get an Android, I'm not going to do that. I'm in the ecosystem, until Apple goes out of business. Because maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I probably should have. Joe says you still haven't seen Sunshine. You are correct, sir. Hold on. Yes, this is a 2000 film. I got to see this, right? This is the one you're talking about, Danny Boyle, right? Yeah, I got to watch this. I'll see if that's streaming tonight because we don't have anything on tap before tonight, and I really want to watch something good. Because I took a mega nap when I got home. I made egg salad sandwiches, and because Paul hadn't eaten in a day and a half, and I said, "What do you want?" And he said, "I want an egg salad sandwich on crustless white bread." Done. And Eb says, "Hello, everyone! Yay! Love the Olive Tree. Me too. It's a great place. Eat upstairs, laugh downstairs. Exactly true. I love how in the movie though, it's really funny. He goes downstairs and he goes, "Hey man, where's the toilet?" The guy goes, "Always," because the toilet's all they have to go into the comedy place. It's a pain. You have to actually walk past the stage. It's really terrible. Spent many a night there in my youth. Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. Still off the cigarettes, Andy, the ancient one. Congratulations, man. I mean, it's amazing the stress that you have been going through. I mean, that's one of the hardest things for people giving up smoking and things like that is the stress. You want that quick fix for go slam the door and light one and just go like they do in every movie. There's a lot of smoking in it. Is this thing on too? You notice that there's a lot of smoking in movies again. It's not like the 50s where you had excuse me, say right. Everybody's like Mad Men. Then there was a period where nobody was smoking in films, and now everybody's doing it again. Andy says JoJo. Andy M, I bet you eat more. What's it like to be able to smell again? Probably pretty good. Hey, Bert Dundee. Mr. Dundee, where have you been? We miss you. It's great to have you. Send us a picture for the Gallery of Bastards. The Gallery of Bastards. Everybody loves to have you on here with the Gallery of Bastards. I think you did send me one. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? Oh, shit. Did I lose you? Where'd it go? There it is. Where did I go? I just had to turn on my. Where did it go? Hold on a second. Am I lost here? Hmm. Yeah, it's weird. My mail just crashed, and I'm just getting up all the stuff together for the gallery. Bert and son. Look at this. I got Bert. Sorry about that. It was just so weird. I was just kind of in shock. I had the screen up in there with JoJo. Yay, first grade. Oh, Becky Brown, Fergal, Melly C. Madness. Cover your ears, Julian, because it's coming. I should have done a Kiss version. Mork and Mindy Madness. Maybe I'll do a couple more because I have the template for it, so it's easy to do. I've got the template for it, so maybe I'll do it. Joe LaFaro for the olive tree. It's fun. We should go to the olive tree. Let's go there one day. I haven't seen Colin in there in ages. It's I don't know. That's very kind of you, Mr. LaFaro. Thank you so much. Bert wants to know if you got an M3. You mean the BMW M3? That cool car? Hey, Bert. Andy says, Dino, I've been hammered for 7 months, drunk 24/7. Mark Medina, 5025. Heather and I enjoyed your walk around your hometown. Hey, man. And thank you so much, man. I'm so glad. Thank you. Listen, I've always wanted to just kind of, because it's an interesting place, right? June Lockhart came from there, and, the president and the Cuomos. And I think I've told you guys that, I went to that school that I took you to. I showed you that school. That's where I went to school with the Cuomos. Madeline was in my sister's grade. Chris was a year behind me. And their mom was our chess captain. She was the chess teacher. And very nice people. They came to church every Sunday. Bert, I have owned one in the 90s. YouTube shite could not put my name in as not available. The closest I could get was M3. I wear M7. The sunshine with right. That's the one I was confused. Ray Fiennes, hold on. Sunshine. Thank you. Yes, this is the one. I look at this. 1990. Isn't that funny? Both of those. Oh, Rachel Weisz. She's gorgeous. God. She's married to Daniel Craig, right? That's the one. Okay. Thomas Red, do you have any favorite Robert? Oh, God bless Robert Duvall, who passed away. 95 years old. Godfather 1. Apocalypse Now. Falling Down to Kill a Mockingbird. I mean, Boo Radley, he said nothing, right? Days of Thunder. I mean, all of the above. I mean, he made some Tender Mercies. I'm gonna pull up the discography because I think I'm missing something here. For 95 years old. Grazie mille, consiglieri. Grazie mille. I mean, wow. Film career. Here we go. Is it going to give me I want a film career. Yeah, of course. Now, Oshin will say THX 1138 because that's his favorite movie of all time. Conversation. The 7% Solution. Oh my God! Everybody watch that. Nicole Williamson, who played Merlin in Excalibur, and Alan Arkin, who was a genius. Vanessa Redgrave, who's married to Franco Nero, who I mentioned yesterday, and of course Sir Laurence Olivier. He's a great character actor. Great Santini, right? What else? The Betsy. I forgot he was in that. Godfather Part 3. Well, listen, I don't hate that movie like everybody else does. I know this, Eli Wallach eating a cannoli at the Opera House. That's a bit cliche. But, Coppola not on his best game. Yeah, incredible stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Is it possible to pick a favorite movie from a guy like that who was great in everything he did? I don't know. Andy, and this is what happens when you give up cocaine for weed. Sunshine from 99. I will get that. Thank you, JoJo. I definitely do. He was amazing in everything. It's like Jimmy Kahn. And I want to say Jimmy Caan because that's what everybody called him. And I didn't know James Caan. Not only was he, incredible, but a great actor as well. Colors. Colors was great. Sean Penn and him. That was a great movie. Colors. Yeah. What was going on with the screen? That was when I was looking around, right? Frozen. No, I was frozen. I was because I was gobsmacked. Yeah, that's Sheen's favorite movie of all time. There's two versions. There's the student film, and then there's the debut George Lucas film. It's an incredible movie, and that's Duvall, of course. Absolutely. I wasn't really frozen. I was gobsmacked because my thing had gotten all stupid. Not so. Anyway, time for the Gallery of Bastards. Let's get that rocking.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
We start out with today's gallery with the incomparable works of our very own Julian. This is very Blade Runner, isn't it? Isn't it, though? Isn't it, though? I skipped your comment above. Sorry, Blinky. I hate doing that. Did I? Where I'm looking. I'm looking. Diners were great. Cakes too. I got that. Blinky. 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 I didn't. I said it. I said it, Blinky. Look at this. Is an incredible shot. We can go over the minutia afterwards, right? Look at this. Doesn't that look like the guy from James Caan when he died? Cinderella Liberty. What a movie. Wow. Rollerball. I mean, come on. Rollerball. Oh, how cool is that? Wow. Wow, look at this shot. This is so telling. This is a movie poster, Julian. Wow. Raindrops keep falling on my car. And there's a nice saloon, as they call them, station wagons that they call in the United Kingdom. Amazing. Oh, that's cool. Oh, distortion. Julian, you slay us, sir. You slay us. You absolutely slay us, sir. Oh, this is great. Now if that's not a Lancome ad, I don't know what is. Dude, I've never asked you because I don't like to pry. And, people share what they want to share, But if I was doing an interview, I would say, did you ever do a very high-end cosmetics campaign? Because this looks like it should say Lancome or Le Mer. Beautiful. That was good. Now, I'm curious as to, is that, oh shit. So it's either marble, a shiny high gloss marble, or this wall is wet and reflecting, but look how, or is it see-through? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's weird. It's some kind of fencing, right? I don't even know. I never know what's happening with Julian's work. It's a mystery. It's always a mystery. Beautiful. There's that robin's egg blue. Or is that more peacock blue? Perhaps. 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 I love when Julian gets super modernist. Incredible. Beautiful, Julian. Oh yeah, this object. What is this object called in London town? Because it's a popular thing. It's near the. Is it near the London Eye? Is it perhaps? It's very cool. A bullseye. Look at this. I mean, at first you think you're looking at shale, but you're looking at, I don't know what exactly this is. Multiple images together, a collage, perhaps. But what a thing to frame on the wall. Julian, absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. The works of Sir Julian, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Huxley, I applaud thee. Look at it. That looks like Blade Runner. That's a movie poster, if there ever was one. Incredible, sir. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. You ready? Is everybody ready? Julian, put the mute on right now since you don't like it.
M&M madness, smoking Mindy madness. M&M madness, smoking Mindy madness. Yeah, yeah, Mark for president, Mindy is the queen. When they are together, they make the bastards scream. The highlight of together, they make the bastards stay. The gallery is where they live to get it underway. M&M madness, smoking Mindy madness. I'm making madness, smoking Mindy madness. M&M madness, smoking Mindy madness.
Mork and Mindy Madness, everybody. Thank you. Sorry, Julian. It's just it's not my not my style of music either, but I was looking for something that would be fun for the show. NDM says I gave up drugs and alcohol. It was the worst 15 minutes of my life. Robert Duvall must be chasing after Brigitte Bardot. He was married a lot, like 4 times married. Incredible. Mr. It's Fergal McDermott. Fergal is here. Fergal McDermott. Moonwatch photos. Ooh, Moonwatch. You had me at Moonwatch. Can I just say that you had me at Moonwatch? You did. Look at this. Your photography is astonishing. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. In color and in black and white. One of my favorite albums of all time. Gorgeous. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Loving you Sunday morning. Beautiful, Fergal. Gorgeous. Mr. McSormers. Thank you, Ferg. Incredibile. Incredibile. And C9, GMT, and pancakes. Pancakes. Is it to Paul? Paul, my pet tarantula. This is like a Memovox too, this Christopher Ward. I have no interest whatsoever in pancakes, nor do I care about French toast. I do like a good waffle. But what's really funny is like when Paul's cousins were here, 2 sets. They're both brothers, but they have separate families. They came at different times. And we went to diners. And what did they order first thing? Pancakes. Because it's something that you can't get pancakes in Italy. They don't have that. They don't have that. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. You laugh so hard, your sides will ache, your heart will go pity pat. That's for Felix. He's a wonderful cat. Oh, beautiful, Fergal. These are good. Look at. Are you making batter? Oh, you're making crepes though, or crepes, as the French say. My friends had the restaurant Le Crepe. Those I like. The Pancake House, now known as IHOP. When I was a kid, it was a cool place to go. I don't mind going there. I went there not long ago, and it wasn't terrible. They used to have this thing called Swedish pancakes, which were crepes with lingonberry butter on them. Oh, they were so good. I like a crepe. I do. God, I feel like making crepes tonight. Wouldn't that be fun? What an idea. Perhaps. Very cool, Fergal. That looks delicioso. Enjoy. Becky Brown, grazie, Papa. What's going on here? Oh, shit. Look at this. This is 45s that her dad gave her. This is the incomparable Becky Brown. So Atlantis by Donovan, right? Look at that. Eleanor Rigby, of course, amazing song. A few dollars more. Look at that. Zager and Evans in the year 2525. My band Hitman almost covered that song. It was between two songs. We wanted to do a cover on our first album. We wound up doing Secret Agent Man, which is funny now because when I hear that song, I always think it's my song and I did not write it. Unbelievable. And this is Whipped Cream by who? The Stokes? I don't know what that is. Look at this stuff. 45s are great. I have some 45s. I don't have anything as cool as that. I do think I have that Zager and Evans, though. Becky Brown. Incomparable Becky Brown, everybody. Joe, handsome Joe, handsome Joe, handsome Joe. Oh, handsome Joe. First grade back row next to the teacher on her left. Oh, Jojo. Jojo gets the whole theme of this thing. He really does. Man, look at this. Oh, how adorbs. Look at these well-dressed children as well. Look at everybody. That's how kids dress. Now they all look like they're in a rap group. They're all wearing Adidas and Fila and all of that crap. Look at these kids. Look at the knee socks. Holy, the girls are all wearing knee socks. That's amazing. Look at that. So beautiful, Jojo. Look at this lovely teacher. Look at her. Oh, was she a great teacher? I bet you loved her. Jojo, fantastic. I'm going to give you a big bang boom for that. You know why? Because that was just, or I'll give you a, this one. Ready? All right. Bongos. How about that? That's a good one. Jojo, that was great. Thank you so much for that. Fantastic. And you're as cute as the buttons. Still just as cute, Jojo. Wrist rod for the Gallery of Bashtards. Patination is complete. Oh, you patinaed the shit out of this thing, huh? Got some cool stuff. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. In the blinky, 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 blinky room. Bum, 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 bum. Amazing. Look at that. Now, what did you do? You leave it out in the rain? I know you live in like a rainforest, right? I mean, you want to get patina going. That looks cool. Look at that dial. I saw somebody on Facebook had like a really old just a Seamaster, but it had a Speedmaster flat link bracelet on it, 1279. And they were like, look at this barn find. And somebody said, you know that bracelet's worth $1,500. The watch is worth $3 because it was a mess. But that's great, man. Look at that. It looks great. And I love that strap, kiddo. The blinky, 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 blinky room. The blinky, 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 blinky. Hey, Bert. New piece. So he got an Orient on white rubber. Dude, can I just say, this summer, I want white rubber. And I'm thinking about getting a rubber strap for my first Jamaican space for summertime. I think it would be really great. Wouldn't that be so great to get white? I love white rubber. I got the orange rubber for the Milgauss. But look at that. It's great. I don't know much about Orient watches, but they're cool. Very cool. Japanese watches, right? Japanese brand. Great knurling, great color. And now look at, is the lume really that color? Do you have a lume shot of that, Bert? I would love to see a lume shot. You know me, I love the lume shot. Beautiful though. Looks great. Look at that. I mean, it looks like a Seamaster Daytona had a baby, right? Kind of looks like that. Kind of, sort of. A Planet Ocean. If a Planet Ocean and a Daytona had a baby. Cool. Thanks, Bert. I'm so glad you gave us a picture. And Ray Ray. Oh, here's the donkeys. Right. Thanks, Raphael. Yeah, Olivia Newton-John is English. Yes, I knew that. As were the Bee Gees. Summit, as were the Youngs. They're from Scotland, right? A lot, people emigrated to Australia. Listen, yeah, there's no reason why the Australians can't claim them as their own. Why shouldn't they? Oh, look at these kids. Beautiful. Oh, I made friends with so many donkeys when I was a kid because they were everywhere and we were in the west of Ireland. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to know what else I got? What else came in the mail? Oh, this came in the mail too. It's all complete now. I don't know what I do with it. Hold on. It's that one. Yeah, this came in the mail. I'll just cover that up. That came in the mail. Thanks, Ray Ray. So now it's all complete. It's all complete. Da-da, 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 da-da. Right. I don't know what I'm covering. There's no address on here. You all know. Oh, you all know how old I am. Right. Very cool, right? Amazing. Amazing. That came with all the paperwork yesterday in the afternoon. So these things, I don't know what you do with these because I have the American one too. I have this one has my address on it, so this I'll keep that in. I have the American one also. Oh, I just realized there's a picture on the back of the Irish one too. I don't know what you use them for because you can't get on a plane with them. So I guess it's just if you get stopped by the police when you're having a bar fight or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but that's my sharing of the gallery today. And that, my friends, let me make sure unless there's another new entry, there is not. So here we go. Thanks very much. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Gallery of Bastards for When We Were Wednesday.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Let's get back to what everybody was talking about before we went there. What did I skip, Blinky? Tell me what I skipped. Let me see. It's very easy to find you because you got the Pac-Man there. Did I miss a comment? Diners were great. Great cakes. Joe LaFaro, great cast. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said Be Cool was a funny movie that a lot of people don't realize. I knew that it was out. But I didn't really, never really saw it. Never got around to it. Because I think I didn't love Get Shorty. I think that was probably what did it for me. I just didn't love that movie. Maybe I'd like it more now, but also my least favorite film from Quentin Tarantino is the first one. What's that called? It's too violent. I recently saw Hitchcock Hour with James Caan, Walter Koenig, and Tony Masante. Wow. Hey, man, some of those Hitchcock Hours are incredible. I know what you meant. Blinky, I can't see some of your comments. There's a glitch. Oh, shit. Is there a glitch? I should be able to see everything. That's weird. You're certainly not on any kind of list. Just I don't put people in timeouts or any of that shit. I don't do it. I mean, I'll kick you off the show if you're a dick, but you certainly aren't. Okay, thanks, Joe. It's interesting. Check your settings. Remember somebody was doing that? Somebody was doing that, right? Lovely Speedmaster, yeah. How many cats have their own theme song, right? Felix. That's why I was singing Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. You laugh so hard, your sides will ache, your heart will go pity pat. That's for Felix. He's a wonderful cat. Great pics, Virgo. I love the Swedish ones too. My friend told me they took them. They're off the menu. They are. That's a shame. It's delicious. I really like them. They're like sweet and sour. I like them. Nothing that's from an age. Oh, that's just the aged watch. Wow, weak Kazawi. She was the best. Rose Natale. Bidets are brilliant for rinsing off scuba regularly. I believe it. Olivia Newton-John. Man, you don't realize yet. Yep, she was. Her husband was a self-taught engineer from Italy who worked for Lever Brothers. Lever House being one of the best examples of the modern international style, probably the first example built in New York. And it's a beautiful building. And I used to visit them on my bicycle in their home after school. He was tireless in teaching me anything he could. That's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. He taught me about engineering, electricity. He bought me a multimeter and a soldering iron, taught me how to make circuits. Amazing man. She was an amazing woman and first grade teacher. That's a beautiful tribute, JoJo. Oh man, that's beautiful. Teachers, man, they don't get half the credit. For Donkey of the Month, Joe LaFaro. For Donkey of the Month, let's give him. I gotta get donkeys, right? I gotta get donkeys. I need donkey. You make me crazy. Nah, something wrong. Some chats are missing. That's a shame. Tap all messages. It will appear on the screen. Top screen 2 line. There you go. Yes, the 1940s. 1940s. Yeah, I would go back to the 40s. I would like to go get a sarsaparilla, and JoJo and I will go to the Copa, and then we'll check into the Statler, right, Joe? And then we'll go to Pennsylvania Station, and we'll catch a train, and we'll just see all the great stuff that they've knocked down and ruined everything. Yeah, it's a shame. My little town. Anyway, guys, that's the show for today. Wish you were Wednesdays when you were Wednesdays. Thanks so much. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, JoJo. You were on fire today. Andrew, Jojo. Thank you for the support, Joe. You're the most legendary guy ever. Thanks for everybody coming on in today. Yeah, I'm going to make crepes tonight. Should I take pictures? I don't think. I made some really good. You know what I made the other day? This is very Sicilian. So I love rigatoni mezzi. I like the half ones. I don't like the big rigatoni. I like the little ones. And they're great because they catch everything. So I made this sauteed in red wine, garlic, and some red onion. And then I added some cooking sherry. And then I added some golden raisins and fennel with Swiss chard. And what I do is I take the Swiss chard and I cut the spine out. And then I cut them into strips. And I sauteed that for probably 20 minutes, and then I put them in a Dutch oven on a low simmer with about this much of a stick of butter. Let that sit, and then put that, toss that into the rigatoni, and put Grana Padano all over the top and black pepper. It was absolutely delicious. If you've never had Swiss chard, if you like leafy greens and you like the bitter greens, and you're a big fan of broccoli rabe, and who isn't? You're crazy if you don't like broccoli rabe. Swiss chard is a lovely alternative. Check it on out. Thank you, guys. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. Remember, if you encounter somebody who's not so nice, give them the benefit of the doubt. They could be the love of your life, or they could be your worst enemy, or maybe they're just a